All right, there we go. Maybe.
Yeah, actually,
Maybe
that's
it's
wonderful.
You know, you could move the camera to like be to the side of you, so you catch less of the mic right there. It is possible, but
I could, but then
It's
I
a
would.
part
I
of
still
it.
want to be able to look into the microphone, look into the
Look into
microphone.
the
As
microphone.
that's what's happening right now. I'm trying
Please.
to stop that.
Please speak directly into the camera, sir.
That's why I said move it to the side, so it's still right in front of you. But like you
But
know,
then,
you're
looking at it, I would have to turn away from the microphone, and that kind of nullifies the whole thing that we're trying to do here.
I didn't say put it all the way like at an angle, dear. Like it doesn't have to be.
Yes.
Yes. Do I need to come back up? Oh, I can see your dice tray.
No, you don't want to see my dice tray.
Yes,
we do.
No, you don't. Well, then how's this? Is this what you're talking about?
Oh yeah.
How is it for you?
How do you like it, man?
I mean, it's I can make anything work. It's not that big of a deal. I just got, the mic here.
No,
It's
we're
like-
here for you, man.
Yeah, whatever.
What do you?
This
What
was
makes
a
you
whole,
happy?
This was an exercise for me. Yeah, okay.
We just want to hear your story better.
Uh-huh. Well, if this... Then we should be good.
Yeah.
We should be good. If this works
You
better,
can't
this works
not
better.
stare at it, can you? You should just put the camera back. You keep looking at it like it's.
Just ignore
Well,
it.
it's something new. I'm sorry.
Just
It's like the
ignore
first time. It literally takes up like a third of my peripheral vision. Give me more than 2 seconds to get used to this thing that is well within my bubble. I'll
Become well
get used
acquainted
to
with
it.
it.
Just give me give me. We've already kissed, so I guess that we should be well acquainted enough.
I don't know.
I'll kill it.
I'll kill it.
I got scissors.
Oh dear.
Oh,
Yeah,
with
you
the
better
scissors.
you better unplug it. Cut those wires while you're sleeping.
Remember when I cut that dude's charging cable in engineering class?
What the ever living? Dude.
Whoever
long is
did
it?
this
How long has
was
it
an
been?
asshole.
Yeah. Oh my god, it's literally been what? Fucking literally 15 years or some
15,
shit? I don't
16
know,
years, something
man.
like that.
That's such a
Maybe something
prominent memory. It's just cutting someone's charger cable. God.
There's not much I remember from engineering class. That's definitely one of them. And then, of course, making weapons out of rulers.
Yeah, weapons out of rulers. There was the shirt.
The shirt.
Agree in
Yep.
heaven.
Can you see the dragon in life? Are just bullshit photoshopped atrocity for what was it? TSA? What was it? Wasn't like the. I don't even remember what it was for.
We were just making we were being taught how to use Photoshop. And hey, can you use Photoshop today? Because I can't.
You can?
I cannot.
Nope, I can't.
That
But
did me
then
no
again,
good.
we didn't really try.
Imagine, baby, you were actually out there using Photoshop outside of school,
Every day.
and then
Still do.
I'm sitting around dicking around in class.
Anyways.
It'd make you very proud to know that we have been live for about 2 minutes.
Oh, excellent.
Crazy.
So welcome back to the podcast where we talk about obscure things that we did in high school and then give no context or explanation to them.
Correct.
So you just that's the podcast. The premise of the podcast is to make any listener feel like they're a third party during an inside joke that they'll never understand. They just kind of have to go, ha, yeah, that's funny. Social Anxiety, the podcast. Anyways, so jumping back into it, since evidently we have been back for some time now. You've met up with the members of Drillheim. Their commander, a bronze dragonborn by the name of Juka, has confirmed as best as he could that you are who you say you are and has decided to trust you that you are from the Empire. He's explained the situation here that a couple of dragons, a red dragon and a black dragon, had been, for the past few months at least, watching and terrorizing the city of Drillheim. They had put up a fight against these dragons, but got to their breaking point, and in a last-ditch effort to save as many lives as possible and to save as much of their manpower and resources for a potential counterstrike, decided to perform a feint and sacrifice a few of their ships to salvage their main firepower and to get as many people to safety as possible. With no way to reach out to you and evidently being cut off from their superiors as well in the capital of Draconia, they've stuck to their mission and have been waiting and watching for the approach of the Empire, not knowing whether or not you would show up. But you have the rest of the fleet, as you say, about a half a day to a day behind you. Presented you with a plan to use the joint force of those remaining here in Drillheim and the fleet to maybe take these dragons by surprise. To eliminate the threat to Drillheim and to reestablish it as this crucial port city for the efforts of Draconia, which more or less line up with the Empire's interest, as you are here to reestablish trade and stability in Draconia itself and establish trade with the Empire and all of that, and more or less figure out what exactly is going on here. So, you've been talking with Juka. Elevorn, you have been you've offered your services and assistance as far as maybe trying to look at the more critically wounded individuals, or even those that aren't severely wounded, but just offering your help in the way of healing that you can. So, Elevorn, you are being led to by another copper dragonborn, and she is leading you to where the more infirmed are. And you're walking by the sounds and smells of dinner time around campfires, boiling, bubbling stews and soups being prepared. Go ahead and make a perception check as you're just taking in all of this around you. And though obviously these people are living in a sort of state of squalor, there's not an air of defeat about them. The people that are here are either those that have dedicated themselves to Drillheim, to Draconia, and to this fight to protect, well, the others that are here are those that have escaped, their families being here and the rest of the city that they had fought to ensure could get out safely.
That's a 25 total.
25. As you're walking by, you can see, you pick up on all of this. You notice Dragonborn of all ages, ranging from a couple newborns that you've seen to the elderly. You walk by what looks like a campfire that belongs to a small family of Dragonborn. Specifically, of Silver Dragonborn. You can see them getting ready to go to bed for the evening. Looks like it's a mother and 2 children that are laying out their bedrolls, or what you would make of them, scraps of bedding, cloth, blankets that they have salvaged. And you see what looks to be an adolescent female Dragonborn that's getting comfortable. She catches your eye and looks at you curiously, as you are, well, clearly an outsider here. But as you walk by, her gaze drifts down to the dusty cavern floor in front of her, where, with a small piece of metal, just etching into the cavern floor. Just small, spirally designs, just kind of idly drawing on the cavern floor.
Well, if she looks at me, I'll just wave a little.
She sees you wave, and her face responds to that. She doesn't wave back. There's obviously a caution. Doesn't know you, but no one else seems alarmed, so she's not going to be alarmed. But she goes back to her drawing. The silver dragonborn, or the copper
Wait,
dragonborn. Sorry.
Does it look like the stuff on the wall in that place?
Do your perception check. Before the copper dragonborn that's leading you to the rest of the Infirmed, you do notice that it does look strikingly similar, but as you make this realization, copper dragonborn says, "It's just up this way," as you've kind of slowed your pace to get that better view.
Oh, alright. Thank you.
All right. So, you get to a place where it's looks like more care has been put into the comfort of this area, to where those that have been seriously injured are being laid up, and you can see where there are bloodied rags in bowls of water, and fresh water is occasionally being brought in and replaced. There are maybe about 8 or so individuals here that are being tended to by a couple others that don't necessarily seem like they're in the best shape themselves, but are in no way near as critical as the ones here. So go ahead and make a medicine check as you begin to assist, and your presence is explained by the copper dragonborn that has been leading you. This here is one of the people from the Empire. They've arrived here, or at least will be soon, and she says she can help us help them.
That's a 23 total.
Okay. So you jump simply right into it. You analyze who's hurt where, who seems to be in a worse condition really quick, offering like maybe just slight comforts to each person as you examine them, but then focusing on the ones that you've determined to be in the worst shape first. Durant, Nedadian, Era, you and Svenkert are still with Juga, so what is it that you guys wish to do?
Hmm. Um, it's late already, right?
Yes, the sun has set.
Well, I mean, it being late wouldn't be a bad thing. Can I either actually like in a combined kind of like a 2-for-1 here? Can I scavenge for stuff in the town as well as try to see if I can? Oh, I could borrow Neri to map out the town. They don't have a map already.
Borrow Neri, like she's.
Well, I haven't made
I know.
maps. You do.
I'm just messing with you. I mean, yeah, of course you can borrow Neri. Yeah, I'll help.
I don't know. I don't even know if it's worth it. Like if they have already got enough food at the moment, and if mapping the town is even friggin' worth it at the moment, or if they even have like a general idea where everything is as it is. Trying to make some sort of preparations for dragon fighting.
Okay.
I
So, are you asking Juka about this?
Yeah, I guess I'm thinking out loud.
When it comes, he talks to you in Draconian.
Okay.
And it's just the cadence, like I said, is a bit more comfortable in his native language, and it seems to be just what his default is. And when it comes to things such as food, water, we, in general, have a good store of those and know where to find them. However, more obscure resources, provisions, have, well, we've not been able to uncover much, if any, of them. Things like special herbs, medicines, potions that may not have been all located in one place, things that may have been of individuals' personal belongings that we would have no way of knowing exactly where, especially since the destruction of the city has significantly changed the layout as far as we once knew it. As well as what we've not been able to find as of yet in the city, there's the provisions that had been lost at sea with the ships that were providing the distraction. I'm not sure how you got here, as we did not notice a ship being docked, but
No, we didn't get here by boat. It was a bit of magic.
See. There may be undamaged items, weapons, the like that we could use that went down with the ships, though I would not imagine how to recover them.
Well, I don't know if I can do anything about the supplies on the ships in the ocean at this time of night. We can keep busy by going out and seeing what I could find in town.
Not. Era, you receive a message from Lanissa confirming that your message has been relayed to the captain and then to the admiral, and she informs you that at their current pace, they're on track to reach Drillheim just before sunset of the next day.
I'm thinking. Sorry for this.
No problem.
I mean, once I receive the message, I'll just not on purpose, but just interrupt to say that I received the message. But so wait, we're only left with a day and a half. Is it
A little less than a full day.
a little less? Oh my god, I don't know if it's a good idea. To come to be honest, they're just gonna draw attention and then get fucking obliterated. Oh my god, hold on. I mean, I can ask to see if they can delay their position a bit longer, depending on the supplies that they have, if that's what we'd like to do.
Absolutely not.
Okay, well, then we have less than a day and a half.
Less than a full day.
Less than a full day, excuse me.
Tomorrow sunset. Today's sun has already
I don't
set.
even listen. Every day is a blur right now. Okay, I haven't had a count. It could be morning for all I know right now. I'm in a cave.
Yo,
Cut
look
me some
outside the
slack.
cave. Is there sunlight?
I don't know. You tell me. I don't want to look now.
Just stubborn.
Do I see sunlight outside the cave?
No, but the cave does have those, draping vines and leaves that cover a majority of it, but they're not entirely blocking, but no, you do not see sunlight outside the cave.
No, there is not sunlight outside.
Because we're in a cave. Anyways, okay. Besides the point.
Of course I'm not there, but if Elevorn was to find out that there was stuff in the water, it's possible that shenanigans could help get stuff out of the water.
Like tentacles and octopuses and polymorph. So.
In that order, yeah.
Polymorph being last, you're right.
Yeah. The tentacles and octopi come first.
I mean, it is something I can offer assistance if we're looking to recover some things from the ocean. Undetected, as much as I could be undetected. If that's what we're going to do for the next, until sunset, sunrise.
I mean, I could take Elevorn's place. Ari could scout the town, and
You would deny
Era and Ella.
Elevorn shenanigans? Oh, okay.
No, I'm not. I'm literally putting her in the shenanigans.
would need around for the shenanigans.
Oh,
That's
you
all.
need me for the shenanigans.
I can stay here and be a translator to them and send messages then if that's what you guys want.
A translator. A translator for who?
I'm not translator, but like
translator.
technically technically, right? Okay.
I mean, she's the telephone.
Yeah.
I'm the telephone.
I mean, she's so much more than that. but,
What
like,
is my purpose?
You are the telephone. Oh God.
I mean, it's so important because telephones don't exist right now.
All right. Yeah, I
You
mean,
know,
I
keep
could tell.
it-
I could tell Olivorn about the stuff in the wall.
Stuff in the wall.
Yeah.
Use your bracelet.
So I said I could.
Oh, so
I have the capability to. I have the means.
so again, this acid and red dragon, right? They're always together. Always like, do they like?
Well, I think we only saw one earlier.
We saw one, but I'm asking out loud because they lived through it.
We have seen them scout individually, but when they attack, they do so together.
And the attacks themselves have been random.
As far as we could tell, yes. But they do always seem to be watching in some way the coast, at least before they were. So whenever we tried to move ships, then they would attack. Whenever they would have seen ships approaching, they would attack. However, the attacks on Drillheim themselves, those, as far as I could see, did not have any reason or rhyme.
Well, I mean, huh? Can't one of us make an illusion?
No, I am looking honestly, and I wish I put more spells into illusion, but I definitely do not have those capabilities to the extent that you require. Yeah, I say as I flip through my book.
I'll use the bracelet. Olivorn, do you have some means of making an illusion? Like a boat. An illusory boat. An illusory, that's the right word. That's the word.
Well, I mean, I've been able to change entire areas to look like different things. I suppose if I knew what the dock looked like when it was full of boats, I could do that.
Huh. Okay, that's close enough, I think.
I mean, not tonight, though. It had to be tomorrow. After I rest.
Are you thinking of like a decoy boy, a decoy boat? I mean, I could also send another message, surprise, to the other members of the academy and see if maybe they have something I don't. But in case we wanted more than one, fake boat out there. gonna keep looking through my spells, but I don't think I have much to offer as far as distractions go.
Yeah, I'm thinking, what if we form some sort of decoy to make the dragons believe that there's a boat or a port. Their main thing is to make sure this place is stays not up and running, then giving them the idea that there's a boat coming or that it is somehow up and running the next day for some weird reason. Maybe they might fall for it. Another distraction. Give us a leg up.
If they were to attack this false dock, how do we take advantage of them?
Well, it'd be more to just kind of give us the opportunity for a preemptive strike without actually losing or anything being damaged. So I wouldn't want, even though they say they're equipped to fight dragons, sure, but they'll still take casualties, something. So if it's just an illusion that they attack at first, then that's less damage will be taking overall as a whole.
I suppose my question is, how do we take advantage? Like, yes, they could spend some time attacking this illusory dock, these illusory ships, but what then stops them from moving from then to the real ones? How does this hamper how do we take advantage of that? How do we attack them while they are distracted? If it is at the docks, then it will be too far for the Airlesians to lend their assistance, as by the time the Airlesians get close enough, the dragons will have noticed and no doubt flown off to attack them at sea.
But if they just use the
Actually,
Nimue, it would be able to go to invisible.
I have a question about Mirage Arcane.
Yes.
If I were to use it and were to cover the whole city and make it like brand new or whatever, make it look all whatever, no matter how
Not the
much
whole
they add.
city, but a
But
square mile of it.
I don't know how big the city is, sorry. But yeah, however far I could, right? It wouldn't look like it took damage, right? Because it's just an illusion.
Yeah.
So it wouldn't matter what they did, they wouldn't be able to ruin it
Yeah.
any more than it already is. I mean, they could ruin it more than it is, but I was just saying it wouldn't appear to be doing damage to it. And thus,
Yeah, it
because
would not.
they're not extremely the brains of the operation, maybe they wouldn't figure it out and thus use a lot of their energy and such, throwing it at nothing, basically. Stuff they already wrecked.
What was it? Mirage what?
Mirage Arcane is
Mm,
it's a 7th level illusion spell.
well, damn.
Yeah, fancy higher level spells.
Also, I do know what the fleet looks like, so I could have them appearing to be coming from a different direction and draw the dragons that way, but I mean, they would eventually figure it out, so I don't know what's more beneficial.
I suppose for the sake of staying productive, whenever Alavorn is done helping people for a little bit, it'd be probably better that she get back here so we can do shenanigans or figure stuff out.
Okay, so what do you guys want to do?
What if we attack a dragon in its dreams, right? Or like inceptionize it to believe that they're against each other. We'd have to get near a dragon, but I'm sorry.
You just have to find out.
You're
where-
really
I just have
focused
to
on this
find the
whole
dragon.
dragon
To find
fighting
out where
dragon
it's
thing.
All of that in less than a day.
All of that in less than a day. Easy. Just actually, no, that's not easy. I really don't have much. That's crazy. I mean, I do, but I don't.
Just get ready to fight a dragon, I guess.
You're-
You don't
you're-
have to
No.
be some-
Okay, what if we can attempt to render it flightless? Maybe somehow. We have
Well,
rope
we have
vines.
the
No.
wing haver stopper, right?
Yeah.
We just
How
need
big
a
is
couple
that?
more of those.
Well, one should be good because the other will freak out when we take one down. The other one might run away.
Preferably the
Mm.
acid one. Just saying, the black one.
Yeah,
Okay.
What?
probably. The acid one is
What do you
scary.
mean? Why?
We
It's just
fought the
gonna
red
delete
dragon.
everything. Exactly. See,
Experience.
Bernie used to it.
But wouldn't the acid just melt the wing haver stopper?
It would take time.
We
Wouldn't
can
just
slow it.
instantaneously.
Hmm.
Yeah.
It isn't like a toad where it can just exude all that venom and slime out if it's everywhere, right? Right?
I don't know.
Yeah, I didn't stick around long enough the first time to find out.
Why does it feel like I'm missing bells? Huh. No, I'm not. Okay.
The DPS maid's trying to pull out all the utility from their spell book.
Listen. I have some utility, just nothing that will work. I can slow something, okay?
You can hit him with poison. Like, poison is poison, right?
To the fire one, maybe. Who knows? But I also have. I've
DPS.
never felt so useless. Shut up. I am deep.
Just do damage.
Yeah, just do damage.
Well, I can damage its feelings.
It
I
can't
promise.
kill anyone if it's dead.
Well, mental damage, emotional damage is quite,
Don't you have psychic
rough.
damage?
She does.
Death is the best CC.
Yeah, death is the
Death
best
is
thing.
the best CC. Oh, what's this? Don't mind me.
If we just tell them
Done.
no, they have to listen to us, and they just can't anymore.
Yeah. Have you tried asking nicely?
Yeah, we tried that before.
Oh.
Tried it once, yeah, legitimately.
Have you tried it once, at least twice, though?
We could
You don't exist
try-
in this universe, okay?
God damn it! I know.
That rule
Zen
hasn't come
pops
to
out,
be.
okay.
What if
Actually-
we tried like with dogs? You know how you train dogs. You just do that.
All right. Do you guys have any newspapers around? Can we salvage?
Yeah, no, not by punishment, by treats.
Oh.
Yeah, but, like,
Positive
cheaper treats.
reinforcement.
What are treats for a dragon, though?
Like sheep and cows and people.
People? Yeah, there
This
we
is
go.
not okay.
There you
We can't
go.
feed him the. No.
Who's a good
Listen.
dragon?
I have
Here we go.
Wall of Force.
Ooh.
However, I don't have powdered gemstone.
What kind
You
of
know somebody that can
gemstone
get
Listen,
you.
it's not all. It says all damage is what it says here. No, physical. Nothing can
But
physically. So acid
No physical.
technically.
Beautiful.
I
This
mean,
is so good
powder,
against the magical breath of a dragon.
In front of
powdered
me, hell yeah.
gemstone is, I could try to make it.
A pinch of powder made from crushing a clear gemstone.
I want to see you
That's
crush the
just vague
gemstone
enough
with
for
your
me.
hand, Neri. I just
Why with my
Mm.
hands? I mean,
because
There's tools.
I mean,
We have
I'm
technology.
strong, yes. I'm strong, yes, but I'm not that strong, unfortunately.
I
But
mean,
I have,
rock is made.
Nothing can physically pass through the wall. It is immune to all damage and cannot be dispelled by dispel magic. A disintegrate spell destroys the wall instantly,
Fuck.
however. So
Oh well, good
Just
that
like
the
my
dragons
bubble.
don't know disintegrate, baby. You're fine.
it's literally immune to
Oh,
everything except for
literally.
disintegrate.
Which is why we have to down the black dragon first, because also my bubble won't be immune to it. I wouldn't get hurt the first time, but if
Okay,
it tries
disintegrate acid damage is not disintegrate. The disintegrate spell is a specific thing.
Well, I'm talking about like me being acidified by the dragon.
Why
Oh,
would your
specifically.
ball
your
not work
bubble-
on?
Yeah,
It doesn't.
How
I'm
not?
pretty sure. Hold on.
In
Am I making
parentheses,
this
you missed
up?
the point of the
I think
bubble.
you're making-
In
yeah.
parentheses, it says except acid damage. Acid just
Yeah,
goes
right.
through it.
No, it
That's what I'm
doesn't.
saying. Wait, what? Hold on.
It's
It's
just
it's just-
disintegrate. You are conflating acid with disintegrate. It's not.
Your wall would be very good against the dragon, and your
You could-
bubble
sure, you
and your
could-
bubble
I'm
would be
fucking
very
dumb.
good against the dragons.
You
Oh
can,
my
regardless.
god, really?
The wall of force.
Thank
yeah,
God. Well, that
you can
doesn't
make
do
them-
anything
you
for
might- you
anybody
can-
else.
I mean, the wall of force might.
You'll probably
Yeah,
have
Make
a
them
problem.
run into a sliding glass door, but I don't know what you're gonna do after that.
Listen, I'm already thinking about the worst case scenarios. I've been burnt way too many times by a dragon for me not to think about this right away.
You're
I
resistant to
have-
fire damage. Though.
Right, exactly.
Oh, but even taking half, I turned into a
Rain-
fucking crisp.
Just
Crispy
become one
Ada.
with the flames of hell.
My hair
Yeah,
can't go through that
absorb the
phase
fire.
again.
Okay.
Become the fire.
All right. So, what are we doing? Are you going to set up some sort of mirage? Either way, it seems like you guys need to get some rest then, either to replenish or reset spells for the next day.
Yeah, sure. We could sleep on it.
So by the time that you get enough for a rest and wake up, you'll have about, I'd say 10 to 12 hours before the fleet would arrive. And that's also not saying how long it is before they would be visible out to sea and the dragons would act. You don't know that either. So time is most certainly of the essence.
What if they were to send like a decoy, like a ghost boat ahead,
Yeah, they could. Maybe.
just to kind of test the vision? I mean, it would be on a fucking.
I think first things first, we would have to set up something here to distract them before we set up another, if possible, if they could send another decoy ship.
We could go further inland, and set like a forest fire or something to distract them. That's just a different idea.
I'm not sure what the Svenkrit is speaking. The benefit of having simultaneous distractions going on being, I can certainly see the benefit of either the ghost ship being sent from the fleet to give us an opportunity to attack them from behind from land, or having one here, or making an illusory fleet coming from a different direction that would give our allies at sea the time to get closer. But why would we do one here? Would that just be a stalling tactic? Giving them time to get closer? I am with Juka here, as we can find many ways to distract, to maybe mislead or deceive our enemies, but we need to figure out how we're to capitalize on that. How will we take advantage of these distractions and leverage that into a victory?
Well, if the distraction is close enough, then I can use the wing haver stopper.
That is also if the distraction is something that causes them to get close enough for you to use that.
If I...
As from what I understand of dragons, the ones that, at least if Sidna is any indication, seems their first proclivity is to attack from afar and use their flight as an advantage.
Well, if the distraction is enough, I could fly up behind them on Gildy. Use the wing haver stopper. That would maybe call the other one to try to aid it as it lands on the ground forcibly, and then we can try to do something to that one.
Does put you in quite the precarious situation.
We'd be kind of banking on the idea that one would want to help the other, but even still, we'd have one dragon at least incapacitated for the moment.
And that is the plan, to set the distraction here, ashore.
Yeah, probably with the... If the docks are rebuilt and they're specifically, or if they believe the docks are rebuilt, and they're specifically targeting the docks to not, because they don't want it, they don't want any ships docking here, they'll probably want to destroy it, in which case I could fly up.
Juka
Yeah.
speaks up. Erda, was it? You had mentioned prior that you did not have tools in the way of large illusions. What about in concealment? Do you have anything at your disposal to hide you or a small group?
I do have greater invisibility, which is either me or a creature that I touch until the spell ends.
Because listening to you strategizing, I feel as your plan, Durand, might be better suited utilizing a distraction at sea rather than one ashore, as if you seem to have a device that could incapacitate a dragon and take away its ability to fly, that would be much more detrimental over the open ocean than over land.
That, that is true.
How big again are these dragons? Size? Comparably to, like, I don't know, I guess this cavern.
I would say perhaps each the size of, not the size of the ship there, maybe. It's difficult to assess exact dimensions. They seemed as they were approaching adulthood, though certainly not well into those years. And Svenkrid, we've encountered a dragon before in the Empire. I believe that it was sent over, maybe even as a part of plans and schemes that these are going through. Our research into it led us to believe that it was more on the younger side. And he goes on, they go on to have a discussion. And based on his description of Sidna, it seems like these ones are a bit older, a bit larger than Sidna was.
Oh.
Yikes.
But not by a huge amount. They seem to be in the same general age category, but these are just a bit further along. They would be classified more as sort of like young adults in terms of dragon years.
Have they ever said anything like out loud? Just kind of thought about it. Like in Draconic.
Nothing that stands out. Any time that they had shown up or had gotten close enough for us to be able to hear, it was while we were engaging them in combat. It was hectic, chaotic. The first thought was not to listen to anything they might be saying, but to survive, fight. If you're asking whether or not they made any sort of demands or boasts, then no, not as far as I know.
I mean, I like the idea of taking the fight to sea and maybe figuring out a way to constrict them so that they can fall into the water and drown, presumably.
Well, if that is the case, you must relay this to those at sea.
And I will once we. Yeah.
And then you and whoever else will be implementing this plan need to be in position as well. Which means you would have to be at sea yourselves. Which you said you did not take a boat to be here, so we'd have to figure that out. As I do not believe you could conceal our ship here. If it's only a matter of hiding Durand and Gildy, can that be done with the same spell? I don't think that greater invisibility can target more than one thing, can it?
It can, but I'm also looking at the duration for greater invisibility.
Minute?
It's what? It's a minute. Eee. So maybe normal invisibility would be better. Because he doesn't need it to last indefinitely. He just needs to get close enough. And that lasts an hour. But at the same time, it's only one person. Oh, unless you use it at a higher spell slot.
You cast a spell at third or higher, you can target one
Yeah.
additional. Okay, so
And then, while you're enacting that plan, whether it succeeds or fails, it will at least buy time and enough of a distraction, hopefully, that we will be able to take our ship out and get behind them. Then they will be ideally trapped between the fleet of the Empire and those aboard our battleship and stationed ashore. The only question then is whether or not we will have one or two enemies to deal with. Some other Dragonborns come in and offer food in the form of soups and or stews, small pieces of bread with each bowl. Juka takes a step to the side with one of them, and you can hear him talking in Draconic Durandan era. He's not hiding what he's saying, but he's just talking at a normal speaking voice and instructs them to go and inform some others to be ready, as it seems that they will be confronting the dragons and making preparation for the arrival of the Empire by the end of the following day. And this word gets spread, and it spreads in Elevorn from your position where you are taking care of people. You can you eventually as well feel the sort of shift in the atmosphere in this cavern here as a dragonborn comes up and speaks with one of the individuals that has been, well, you've been working with here in Draconic. You don't understand what they're saying, but they seem to acknowledge the statement and pass it on. And although they go back to assisting and patching and mending and bandaging the wounded, it's a different atmosphere. Feels a bit different. A little bit more tense, a little bit more urgent.
Well, I'd probably just turn to whoever was nearest me and ask if something changed, if they spoke common, if they had spoken common to me before.
Yeah.
If not, you know.
We just received word that soon the reason why we are here is going to be upon us. The rest of your people will be arriving in under a day's time, and we must make preparations to take a stand against the dragons that will surely try to stop you. And as such, you just must be ready. And the dragonborn that seemed to be like taking the charge on taking care of these people comes and speaks in common so that you understand and tells you guys basically to focus on those that you think you might be able to get to a state of being combat ready by tomorrow. So instead of focusing on those that are the absolute worst, basically the opposite, those that you can get back on their feet quickest.
Right. Right. Okay.
They nod head off.
I can help with that too.
Okay. So, Duran, you as well go ahead and make a medicine check. And we'll see how many people, additional Dragonborn, you are able to get back to combat ready state. This will take the two of you up until the point where you need to get some rest. Nadadian, Era, do you have anything that you wish to do with your evening?
Huh. Well, even though Dran doesn't seem to be going out, I guess I'll go scout around a little bit. Around the area, maybe not too far. Just, getting the lay of the land a little bit, at least for me.
Okay. So, as Durand is making that medicine check, go ahead and. So you're not looking for anything. You're just scouting around. You're trying to so it's like a more of a survival or perception type thing.
Yeah, I guess, yeah. Of course, I would be keeping my eye on it if I see a dragon coming.
So of course.
17.
All right. So go ahead and make a survival check, Nadadian. Elevorn, as you are engaged in trying to help someone that seems to be a few either fractured or broken bones in their leg, Durand approaches and rolls up his sleeves and kneels down to start helping you. Help the others.
Ah, good to see you. And, I think it might be broken in a few places.
If magic would do better, I could try.
Oh, if you think so. I mean, that would probably be faster.
Yeah, sure. I'll lay on hands.
Okay. So lay on hands does not mend bone.
Damn it.
However, with Elevorn's previous medicine check, your medicine check, you are able to use the lay on hands to essentially act as a sort of sedative, offsetting any of the pain that would come with attempting to sort of forcibly reset the bone.
Perfect. That's the most we can ask for.
So Elevorn and Drand, you work together for the next few hours. Neredian, did you get me that roll?
12.
12. Not too much. You do spend some time, you leave the cave, and you make your way up the hill to get a better view of the entirety of the city itself as much as you can, and just to see what's going on up there. And you do find a spot as you make your way up a fairly steep hill. It's pretty thick with relatively thin trees, none that are anywhere near being able to walk through, but it is there are hundreds and hundreds of them. You find a place up here that could be a fairly decent place to overlook any potential battle. You can see almost the entirety of the city. You can see the docks. You can see the ocean where you had come from and where the rest of the fleet will be coming from. And you're high enough up here that while it might completely be removed from the battle, if any sort of dragon were to fly by here, it would be a decent vantage point to attack from, but it would be banking on them actually being over here, which, since the city is over there, it doesn't really seem like it. Though this is the area that Juka had described to you directly. You're on top of the cave right now, so this is where their sort of makeshift lighthouse, the signal fire to be able to guide any sort of ships that might need to come in to without forcibly running aground. That's where this area is. But you found a decent vantage point as far as you could tell, the best one that you've seen to be able to overlook the entirety of the city, the best one maybe even to preemptively spot when the dragons begin their flight, begin their approach, rather, while also having a decent modicum of cover and closeness to your allies. Not saying that you have to be the lookout person, but if you wanted to send a lookout person up here, although they already seemed like they kind of had that idea since this is where their little lighthouse thing was.
Imaginary as a freaking lookout.
Yeah.
I can't see shit.
I think there's a dragon. There, you're looking at the ocean. Turn around. Why did you?
What?
What? Where's that voice coming from? Neri can't even find herself in a mirror. She's too stealthy. She's too stealthy and too blind simultaneously.
Yes. The eyes are trained for specific things only.
Specific things only. Okay. Well, then by the time, Netadion, you make your way back into the cave, Era, do you pass along the plan to...
Yes, I do. Oh, but I would also like to wait. No, I'm gonna keep that to myself right now.
Okay.
Until tomorrow. Not tomorrow.
Alright.
You know what I mean.
So the plan that you guys have so far is passed along to the academy. Linissa ensures you that it will be passed on and you will be out to if they need anything from you. However, at the moment, they are continuing forward. Preparations on the fleet's end are being made for the inevitable, it's seemingly, encounter with these dragons. You guys find or are led to the area where you will be resting for the night. It's not the worst place that you've ever slept before. It's certainly not the best. You guys get some rest and wake at the next morning. And just as some light from an early morning sun is filtering in, reflecting off of the water that is coming into this cavern here from the ocean outside. You guys have about 10 hours until the fleet would get here, so maybe even a little bit less before they would potentially be spotted. Is there anything specifically you wish to do? As you wake up already, even the Draconians here are preparing. You can see that there are many of them that are on board the ship that are checking it over, doing any sort of last second checks, repairs that they might need to do. You can see large javelin like pieces of ammunition being carried by the bundle to up to the deck of the ship, where you can see that there are three positioned in different areas of the ship, three large ballista-like implements used for long-ranged attacks that are being mounted and fastened onto the ship. Others around you are getting weapons, armor at the ready. It seems like there's a sort of regimented structure where smaller groups are being led by more senior, more higher ranked individuals. You can tell that Juka and the men and women here, excluding their families, are part of the military of this country. Ammunition for bows, crossbows are being divided out amongst the divisions. And higher ups are speaking with their guys, their girls, and basically getting them mentally prepared. Although, from what they've all been through, it seems like there's an air of they want revenge on these dragons for what they've done. Some people seem a little bit timid, afraid, but even those that seem scared, they also have this air of vengeance and determination about them. Is there anything you guys wish to do in preparation? Or are we going through with... Or do you guys need more time to figure out spells for the day?
Oh, yeah. But I did want to mention, I guess, to everybody that I do have, oh, I lost my page. Essentially, I have an item that allows me to cast a spell as a spell bonus attack, which is Hold Monster. So if I cast it at a higher level, then I can technically hold up to two monsters. But it is the only thing that's kind of holding me back is the wisdom, but it's still worth a try, I guess. It's a wisdom saving throw.
Well, that's their check that they have to make, not yours.
Yeah. No, yeah, I know, but I'm pretty sure that...
It's your spell
They're
save
high.
DC regardless.
Oh? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Wayne.
Well,
Okay,
if they
well,
were
you-
hexed against wisdom, that could help. I mean, so they would, right? Because that's how hex works, isn't it? Something like that.
I would need to be catapulted
Checks,
into the
checks.
sky.
Yeah, ability checks.
Not
Nary, I
saving
believe in
throws.
us, Nary. Your hex, my Hold Monster, the water. That's excellent.
One extra person could be on Guilty with Durand. If
How's
you want to
that?
try to time a Wing Haver Stopper Hold Monster combo, that is, if they're even like close enough to each other, you don't know.
True.
I do know about the red one, but get me on the black dragon. I'll try my dagger into its skull and do the same thing I did with Corvath.
We're trying to jump onto a dragon. You guys are crazy. Implement Plan Brontosaurus 2.
Hey, it worked. Sort of.
So right now, the plan that you guys have is distraction from sea. Durand and Gildy are invisible. Wing Haver Stopper, one of them. So
Actually,
that's Durand. What's up?
I don't know. Can we do that, Era, or not?
It would have to be Era's concentration, at least until it goes off, if you wanted it to be I guess once Durand uses it, the invisibility would drop anyway because he attacked something.
Well, I
All it
mean,
needs to.
I think does she only have greater invisibility and not lesser?
Yeah,
Right
I
there?
only have greater.
Oh, you don't have normal invisibility.
Nope.
Well, in that case,
We got 1
if
minute,
Durand,
Durand.
if Durand has, if Durand has something he could forfeit, he could take the ring.
Well, I could also use animal shapes, but it'd have to be really well timed.
Hmm.
What do you mean he needs to forfeit? The ring doesn't need to.
No, he would like if he would need to have an attunement spot available for it. If he was going to use like
Oh yeah,
take
yeah.
yeah.
I totally almost. I had to check my papers. Yeah, it needs an attunement.
It definitely does need attunement. Here we were thinking greater invisibility was just a better invisibility. Turns out, nope.
It's the shittier one.
It doesn't break if you're attacking something, but it only lasts a minute.
It's decent in battle, but
Yeah.
I mean, the fairy dragon can be invisible, but I can't fly. I mean, I could make it so that I could fly, but I don't know if what I'm carrying would also be invisible. That's okay.
What you're
Well,
carrying,
then-
sure, but Durand isn't what you're not carrying Durand.
Yeah,
He's
I
not
would
an
be.
item. He's not an item to be carried. He is a creature.
Yes, he's a
Stop
creature.
objectifying me.
Sorry. I wasn't saying an object. I was saying like you're carrying somebody, and you're carrying them.
I mean, I don't
But
have
it's
to be
not
the
the
one
same
to
as
use it.
carrying
She
a
could
backpack.
throw it.
Give it to someone else.
Yeah. Oh my god, a fairy dragon fighting other dragons.
Well, it's a fairy drake, I guess, really, but yeah.
Close enough.
Doesn't have wings.
Okay, alright. What are you, racist?
Yeah. Next question.
Cancelled. We're live. You can't say that.
It's okay. I have a black me.
Once you get to the ball and throw it, you go flying with arrow.
Maybe you need to use your Vroomocycle.
That was only in that other thing.
I don't have it yet. Hasn't been invented by me.
All right. So, any additional plans going on? What are you guys doing? What are you guys doing? You know what everyone else is doing. What are you guys doing?
Turn Elevorn into a fairy drake, make her fly, and have her deliver the wing. Have her stop her.
leave it up to RNG and use prismatic spray.
Oh, that's just for
Prismatic.
murder.
I have the cape that allows me to teleport like
500
300.
feet.
Yeah, 500
Three,
feet.
500 feet. One of the two. Yeah.
Is it my concentration to be invisible?
As a fairy drake.
Yeah.
What does it say?
Well, I'm looking. Just says it's a bonus action. Oh, no, it's concentration. Never mind. It can't work.
Wait, what? Why?
The only way I could fly is if I used like investiture of wind or air, whatever it's called.
Eric can just
And
make you
then
fly. Just
Eric
fly.
can cast fly on you, yeah.
Look, I can also attempt to suggest a dragon.
Yes.
Just
Baby,
fine.
just delete all your utility spells and just
No!
look at the damage.
Just disintegrate a dragon, that works too.
Okay, fine.
Wall of
You're
force
right.
it, don't worry about it.
I'm trying to wall of force it.
If we
What
have
are you doing?
enough mages who know that spell, we can just box them in.
Oh, true.
Can't wall of force already be used that way?
Can it?
Well,
Is
it's
that
only one
force
plane,
gauge?
isn't it? I think that's force gauge.
Just cast it 4
Why don't
times.
you- Why don't you have force
Easy.
gauge?
Because I decided to get fucking
Wall of force.
contingency instead.
Oh, contingency, right.
Mm.
Okay. Do you want that clear gem dust? Because Neri hadn't worked on that.
I can do that, actually. Yeah, that would be very helpful. Thank you.
Okay. Netta Dion, go to make a jeweler's kit check. With strength as a modifier.
The strength of friendship. Mary.
Yeah, with the strength of your friendship as a modifier. That's a 4, okay.
No!
So strength plus proficiency.
Oh. Okay. Why is everything I have that's utility humanoid? Fuck.
You didn't think about fighting dragons? In Dungeons and Dragons?
22.
22. Alright. Yeah,
Listen.
you take maybe half an hour, 45 minutes, and you're able to get her the pinch of gem dust that she needs. With one of the gems that I'm sure you have. Go ahead and mark it off.
Wait, are we putting greater invisibility into the ring, regardless of who's attuned to it? Because I could do that for you, Neri. I don't know about the round, but I'll do it for you.
Put the greater invisibility into the ring, and then whoever is attuned to it, they'll find their own use to. Do you want the greater invisibility, Durand?
I can't really give anything up.
Okay.
Could I put a spell from my item into the ring?
A spell from... No, you cannot do that.
Whatever.
Can Era
Okay.
spend time making a spell scroll?
That takes longer than what we need, but she
Okay.
could. Because it takes,
Well,
like,
I
I think
mean,
it's like
she's
an
just very
hour
efficient
if it's
with
an
her paperwork,
invocation.
so
Yeah, she got like half the speed.
With her
Should be like my proficiency. She wanted to.
I mean, how many notes has she taken?
She's
Like
taking a lot of
3?
notes. That's different from making a spell scroll, though. If you
But I
want
have
to,
experience.
if you want anything like that, if you want to try to like lawyer your way into that, then spend some time making spell scrolls, and then I consider it.
I do make
Okay,
time
well,
spent
I
doing
didn't-
spell scrolls.
What's
Well,
up?
sorry.
What'd you say, Nemo?
No, sorry, I didn't want to talk over Max. I was just like saying, like, I don't know the process for it, so that's why I was asking. And like, I'm not trying to lawyer. I was just saying, like, seriously, she seems like she's good with pen and paper, but like, I'm not rules lawyering. I'm just saying
No,
I don't know the typical.
All right,
Whatever.
Judge.
No, I'm
Sit down,
lawyering.
Yeah, I was talking to Mags. Yeah.
It's true though, because technically in the Phoenix Academy,
Sure. If Mags came to me, if Eris says, I'm trying to, write my reports, have I been proficient in report writing to take less time doing that? I would say, yeah, sure, absolutely. Spell scrolls are different. It's not just writing fast. That's not
Well,
it.
She did practice a little, or didn't she? I don't remember now.
Yeah,
Because
it
she was
was definitely
making
part. It was part
scrolls and making
recording
wands.
things and
She made a
yes,
wand.
yes, I understand
cool.
that. It is cool.
Sorry, I just was remembering all the cool stuff she made before we fought Korra.
But she's not at the point where she's like, I'm gonna open Era's enchanted emporium and be an
Why
enchanter.
not?
That's not her. She could
Now
try.
that's the
but
lifestyle. Within what, 8 hours? Sold. I'll just haste myself.
I'll just haste myself. But no, like, you had to put a lot more time into cooking. Neri had to put a lot more time into jewel crafting to get proficiency with stuff. Like,
Do this.
it's
Understood.
2 hours per spell level, I think it is, and it does cost money per spell level in the inks and parchment that you used. But I think you've already purchased a fair bit of those, so it depends. If you want to spend 8 hours making a greater invisibility spell scroll, that's doable. That's up to you. That would be your day, as well as I think like 200 gold worth of your inks and parchment for a
I
single
open
use
my
spell
wallet.
scroll.
Yeah.
How much? I think you bought like a good amount. What was it like? I don't remember how much gold you purchased in that before, but you bought a fair amount of it before. I think you
Yeah.
did. You write it down how much you have?
I did 1,000 Persian.
1,000, and you haven't used any of it yet.
For what?
Listen, we're not here to talk about that.
Oh, okay, gotcha. All right. Well, as the residents of the cavern here, the people that the Dragonborn here that are sent and tasked to defend Drillheim and get their imperial allies safely to shore, continue to hustle about making their preparations, as do the four of you and Svenkrid. Guess we'll have some time think about exactly what you guys want to do and what you want to accomplish, which that's always the best thing, giving you guys a week to overthink things. It always ends well.
Perfect.
Just the most shenanigans always comes up. But yeah, so I guess then before we get together next, I'll need those of you who prepare spells and have to make decisions to go ahead and make those decisions. You can discuss, think, and change anything you want to before then, but by that time, have it locked in.
We fly
We'll get
over
there.
the dragons.
Uh-huh.
We turn me into the biggest thing possible,
We've already done that, yes.
and then we
Yes.
slam it into the water.
We are just repeating Vasselholm. Yeah, okay, that's the plan.
No,
Until
but-
it doesn't work, why stop?
But
Until it works, you have to perfect it. So what if we're like, okay, one more, guys. Giant octopuses falling from the sky onto the dragon.
Blotting out the sun. Just,
They
Perfect.
drown them,
uh-huh.
and that's it. That's easy peasy. We won't drown because I would be like a giant octopus or some shit. I don't know. I would need to measure myself out compared to the boat,
So
according to
giant octopuses from the sky.
Yeah.
we all turn
Each
into
one
giant
takes a
octopus.
wing. Yeah.
True. If one of us fails, the other
yeah.
one.
Yeah.
And
there you go.
if there's all of us turn into giant octopuses,
Guys, why are
kind of
dragons
game-
even a
We
problem?
only really need to restrict.
yeah, we restrict the mouth, we restrict the
Yeah.
wings.
The wings.
And that's it. That's it. That's all we need. I like this plan. I'm only
All right, so you animal shapes.
It's
You
even
use all of
better.
one to animal shapes
no,
into
no.
like
It's even
little
better.
birds. What's up, Nemo?
Even once we hit the water, right, and we're octopi, we'd be like all wrapped around it. We could all ink, and then it wouldn't know which way's up.
Yeah.
Whoa. Just
So
you're all
even if
like-
it gets
True.
loose,
Yeah, so you're all like little birds, right? Waiting for the dragons to attack, just inconspicuous little birds, and then all of a sudden, since Elevorn can change you guys on a whim, basically, those birds become giant octopi falling from the sky.
Mm-hmm.
You just have to get the timing right, I guess. Hopefully. We did it, guys! Giant octopi, and then just you miss and just continue.
I might be
This is
able
where
to turn. Well,
contingency
we'd be
happens.
aquatic, so dive.
Dive, dive, dive.
Penguins.
Penguins! Suddenly, penguins! Alright, that sounds.
I could
sounds like-
also slow. Oh, sorry.
Or
Okay, let me.
once we
Oh
hit
my
the water,
god, baby. What is your slow gonna do? What is your slow gonna do? I need to hear this.
It's gonna slow them enough for us to be able to octopus more accurately on them.
Wait, would they
Oh.
even be able to fly? Because, like, if you're
If they're
slowed
slow.
down, yeah, I don't even think they could fly then, could they?
Yes,
'Cause-
they could.
could
Yes, they
they?
could. Yes, they
yeah,
could.
just slower.
Okay.
Slow does not say it removes the thing's ability to fly. You can
Why
fly
not?
I mean-
slow. You can fly
It
slower.
would have to be stop or some whatever name spell.
I also have haste, but I'm just gonna fucking fireball one, acid ball the other, make them think that they're shooting at each other, and then
That's
they
the
know what's
genius
happening.
plan. She throws a fireball at one of them and a poison ball at the other one, and they're like, "Hey, did you just hit me? No, did you just hit me?"
Then I suggest them because they're influenced to fight each other, and then they're gonna keep. Well, no, it's gonna work.
It's like, no, I
can't
don't
hurt
even
each
use poison. Poison and acid are different. I don't know
That
that.
maybe he
you
won't
don't
know
know
that.
anything about me.
Exactly.
You never asked. You never talked to me.
Mental warfare.
Or if we go for the water thing that we're turning into octopuses, then once we're in the water, to keep hold of that dragon still and to turn into sharks, and we just nom
Ooh.
nom nom
Just
nom.
start, just start
Just eat
eating
'em.
them from the tail up. Yep, just eat them.
Fireproof rope,
Fireproof rope. That's a thing to just say.
like
Sure.
Vine.
Well, I mean, wouldn't wet rope be kind of fire resistant? So, like,
true.
even if so even if we had like a net on us, like if the wing hover stopper failed, we could like as a backup plan.
Oh,
start
just throw a
throwing it in
net
the
at them.
Yeah, no, in the
Oh,
water.
yeah.
Because it's all disorientating because you're in the water already and you're like, oh no, I'm in the water. And then you have like, you're all ropey and
Yep,
your
and doing all
fire
of this
breath goes
thrashing
in there.
around with the dragons and all of that stuff and all this disorienting things, and you guys are just fine. It's only the dragon that doesn't know what's going on.
Well,
Yeah.
he's surprised.
Exactly.
We have a plan.
Oh.
It'll probably take some serious checks, but we do have a plan, so we have at least, an idea of what we're trying to do.
We know the end result, kind of.
We just need to
turn
roll
into
for
giant crocodiles and just death roll unison. But I don't know why you guys are changing things up. If you guys end up restraining it, like landing on it as octopuses, Sai, restraining it, having it crash into the water, all of that goes perfectly fine and successful. Why would you let go of it once you're in the water? Why not just drown it?
No, well,
It's just
because
couple keep it under wrap, like I said, to at least still stay as giant octopuses, to keep it like wrapped at least somewhat, and then to turn into giant sharks and just start eating.
delicious. I would love to
Yum,
eat a dragon.
meat. I would love dragon tacos.
Yeah.
My God.
The spicy? Do you think they'd be spicy?
At least
The red
Black
one for
one.
sure.
The red one.
black
for sure?
one. Black one is gonna be spicy.
Yeah. You might. Eat
And that's
the
only what we
dragon.
could do. Think about what the boats could do. Just watch. Throw nets on top of the water.
Catch fire.
The boats can catch fire. There you go. They're very good at that. Very adept. They've practiced.
Or some acid splashes onto the boat, it just sticks in water, sinks.
Well, that's the other thing, is if it's in the water, even if it managed to get a breath off, it would be like somewhat muted, right? Because it's in the
Certainly.
water.
It's in the
you know.
water.
Doesn't matter
Oh my
which.
god, we get it in the water, then we turn the water to ice so that they can't get out.
How do you do that? How do you just
With-
do that?
Magic.
With
No.
magic,
Oh,
I
okay.
have
Wait,
have-
no, you put ice on the what's
Yeah,
that
the ground.
spell? Yeah, because I
the
mean,
freezing
absorbs the
sphere?
water.
Or I have sleet storm, but that doesn't really do much except for make it rain
Yes.
and icy terrain. Oh well,
Icy terrain.
crazy.
Icy terrain?
Slick ice it makes it difficult terrain. Excuse me.
Are you talking about sleet storming underwater?
No,
Oh.
above the water to make the water or freezing sphere. But I'm already resistant to fire. Can I be triple resistant to something?
No.
Whatever.
How would you get triple resistance?
Immunity.
I don't know. And yeah,
You have your built-in tiefling resistance.
true.
So where's
I
the
don't
double
know.
coming from? And then where's the triple coming from?
The triple would be freezing sphere. The double, I haven't gotten there yet, but I know the triple, so I can get
What?
there.
How do we skip double and go straight to triple? What?
Because I believe.
Oh, okay. Got it. As long as you believe, I guess it's okay then.
Yeah.
So freezing sphere. A frigid globe of cold energy streaks from your fingertips to a point of your choice within range. The range is only 300 feet, though. Where it explodes.
Only? That's
a
pretty
6-foot
far. What the
radius.
heck?
Yeah, right?
Hold, however, is only 90 feet. Just
If the globe strikes a body of water or a liquid that is principally water, not including water-based creatures, it freezes the liquid to a depth of 6 inches over an area of 30 square feet.
Perfect.
Just saying, 6-inch thick, 6-inch thick. That's probably not holding a dragon's weight if it crashes.
They don't know
into
that.
it, just so you. They don't know that. Okay, gotcha. They'll know it when they go through it.
then we just hug them to death as an octopus.
You just put it like a collar on it. Have its head when its head breaks out of the water. You just freeze the water around it. It just has a
So that it
collar.
can cast fucking breath, dragon breath, destroy the
I
fruit.
cast dragon breath. No, that's Duran's spell.
Oh, whatever dragons do, fire breath, acid breath, something.
It's not a casting thing. They're not.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It's natural.
Natural. So they would naturally just shoot.
Yeah, they would just naturally do it. All right. Good night, guys. I'm sure you'll.
Good night.
We'll figure this out eventually.
Good night.
Good night.
Octopus is in the sky.
There we go. That's any good plan starts with octopi in the
Mic drop.
sky. Octosky. Mic drop.
Good night.
Good night.